first, we're going to get into this match.
Yeah, no, the elitist of players. Real quick, speaking of elite, look, if you are wanting to get sponsored at any level, hit them up. They're wanting to hit any players up, get them out for a whole year of flights, hotels, food, all that jazz, take you to some of the biggest of tournaments. And now we got Louis Money versus your boy BassMage, baby.
You're going to get me in trouble with the Cali people, but Luis is also my boy. I love Luis. Luis, an absolutely amazing player. The best Palutena for a reason, as well as having the Fox. But BassMage, I talk to BassMage a lot and I study him a lot, but BassMage has the best counterplay against Palutena out of anybody. Has really strong SDI game to get out of the Nair loops. Has really good punish games to get into those edge guard 2-frame situations. If Luis is not ready for BassMage, like Death and Taxes, he'll find his way in and give you.
Yeah. You've heard us say it time and time. Look right here.
No double jump.
BassMage extending all. How did that not hit? How did that not hit?
The jump. So you cannot put somebody to sleep when they're in the air. So Louis Money had to immediately panic jump to not get put to sleep. Very good defensive game from Louis Money. Now BassMage gets a dash attack into the corner. These edge guards are going to be where the tournament set is won. Can BassMage get consistent edge guard on Louis Money? We've seen him time and time again punish players like White Nova and Quinn and Chag on the recoveries. Now we're going to see if Louis Money is going to fall under the trap as well. But so far, Louis Money looking like he has the answers.
Nodding his head right there as he gets that back throw. He knows that he was going to be able to get it. And right now, Louis Money is looking on fire, just knowing a lot of this counterplay that you need to know, which is really crazy because, you know, BassMage playing that Jigglypuff, not a lot of those around, especially not at the level that BassMage does it. And so you got to be aware of, like, what does he have? What can I do to counteract this? And it's very hard when you don't have a lot of players that you can actually play with and grind out that matchup. So I'm so surprised that Louis Money is doing this. Okay, not so surprised. The guy's a GOAT. I phrased that wrong.
But it is impressive.
It is impressive.
Because although this matchup may be Palutena favored, there's a lot of things that Jigglypuff can do to really punish Palutena in neutral and punish.
Yeah, that Pithra.
Whoa. But yeah, so I mean, so far Luis playing really, really well around what BassMage's win conditions are, but you saw that BassMage put his body into it because he got a 4-throw. That 4-throw is a meme, but it's also literally the entirety of the matchup. Can BassMage get these ledge traps into edge guards, or is Louis Money going to be able to mix it up enough? That's going to be the BassMage difference as well. You can't nair him. His SDI is too strong. He's going to get out of those nairs. You have to come up with something else in neutral. It's so difficult.
Dude, BassMage is all into this set. Look at the reactions, and every time he's like getting this solid hit, he's just boom, let me bump with it, boom, and just he nods right with it as if it's some beat or rhythm. He's feeling this game, and I'm really excited to see what BassMage can pop out. Of course, Louis Money.
I mean, if we got to mention something, Chag was signed to CRYME and kind of struggled against BassMage, and now Louis Money in here with the Palu on CRYME. This could be an issue. You know, maybe they swapped out the Palu mains just because of the Fox. They're like, look, he's got the Fox just in case. He won't lose to BassMage, right?
Yeah, no, this is just... It's the difference of Luis. Like, I'm so impressed on how he's playing this matchup because this matchup's difficult. Jigglypuff is going to be really, really great at, you know, getting out of those combos that you think you have and getting reversal situations started. But so far, it looks like Luis has the defensive game as well to keep himself alive in these situations. 0%, no pound combos, but after he gets that 1 or 2 hits, those combos start comboing into either a rest or a throw off stage. So it's really, really scary when you're playing at this range as Luis. You're not out of the woods. Yes, you're looking at Luis. He looks worried. And I am too, because it is so scary that down air could kill. Dare loops, but very good SDI. You saw him put his arm into it. You need to get out of those dare loops. You need to get out of this Jigglypuff combo game. Gets the pound, but no connection there. Goes for the pivot grab, but it pancakes underneath. Luis is shocked. You see this. BassMage puts his body in the hits. Luis is breathing sighs of relief whenever he doesn't get gimped or killed by BassMage. The volatility of this matchup is absolutely prevalent in the facial expressions of the players.
Yeah, I gotta say, Luis is looking kind of shook left and right, where it's like, dang, I didn't get that kill. Meanwhile, I don't know what it is. BassMage not looking shook at all. I have seen Louis Money just rip an up smash, almost hit BassMage, catch him with the back air, almost kills, and BassMage just looks stone cold. Just, this is the zone. BassMage feels so good, and we heard him talk a lot about this at Summit when he took that win over Chag, where it's like, look, I feel so good with floaties. I have the counterplay. I know that I can get the dub. But right there, the dash attack. Louis Money staying poised, popping off a little bit, feeling a little nervous. Look, that game was a little bit closer than he wanted it.
He's reeling back. Like, I feel the pressure for him too, because if there's a character that you don't want to it's just
BassMage checking the hands.
Am I shaking yet?
Oh no, do I got the jitters?
No, dude, they're both putting their entire emotion into this. Like, you're seeing Luis like reeling back after hits when he's not getting the things he wants to get. But what I'm noticing from Luis is he's playing a lot better grounded game. He's not jumping as much, and he's able to avoid BassMage. It's really important to utilize your movement to whiff punish Jigglypuff. You will not be able to contest the lingering hitboxes, but you can punish the end lag, and Luis is going to be absolutely amazing at that. Now we're going to FD. You ban Kalos and you ban Kalos,
I think,
Smashville.
right?
Kalos and Smashville. Jigglypuff's really good on flat stages, so he's going to go FD. This makes a lot of sense to me. BassMage doesn't want the platforms to interfere with his combo game and his horizontal neutral game. We've seen what he can do with a down air on FD. Goes for the up tilt. That's another mix-up. BassMage has so many mix-ups, and as he pulls him out, I'll explain him a little bit, but so far, it's not working on Luis. Luis's defensive game has been holding true and strong.
I just love how into this match and this set both Louis Money and BassMage are. These are two of the upper echelon, and they are used to like being in these high octane situations where you have to be ready to go at all times and you have to keep calm and collected. No, they aren't saving any energy for the rest of this tournament. This is the big one for them. They know that this is going to be rough, this is going to be long and nail-biting, and they have to go through every grueling match with all the energy, all the passion, and I love it. Right there, getting the edge guard, popping the nair.
That's the win condition, and Louis Money taking the stock there with that up air. Really great awareness. That's the Jigglypuff counterplay. After the third jump, her jumps become really like bad. They don't have much air drift and they don't have much height, and Louis Money knows to count the jumps. Super important that he does that as well, so that he understands how to avoid BassMage on the edge guarding as well, because he knows that if he's at his fourth or fifth jump, he can't cover high. These are things that I'm already seeing Louis Money catching on that's going to be super important in beating BassMage here. It's interesting because Louis Money is seated higher than BassMage, but because of all the experience that BassMage has developed in this matchup, I feel like it's BassMage's to win.
It really does feel like that. We've seen BassMage time and time again upset Chag, who also was a higher seeded Palu than BassMage was. And so that alone is threatening. The question is, what does Louis Money have different from Chag? Of course, you see Smash is one of the most freestyle fighting games when it comes down to it. You could play two players of the same character top level, and unlike a lot of other fighting games where you're going to see the same things over and over, Louis Money, what does he got different here going?
No, I mean, I'm watching this, like, I feel the pressure for both of these players because I love Luis, I love BassMage, but just the way that this is playing out is just showing the difference that Luis has in this matchup. He knows what Jigglypuff wants. He's counting the jumps. You see that third, and then he starts to swing. He knows, but that's the problem. You can get reversal like that. The back air from BassMage able to send him into the blast zone on the other side of the stage. They buffed that move. They made it safer. This is a situation where you don't want to be in. Full rage Jigglypuff at 0% on FD, where the punish game is going to reign supreme. Can Luis stop the bleeding, or is BassMage going to run away with this game? That's a pound. That's a forward air. Jab into the...
We're coming up. Forward throw.
There it is. Now two frame. Down air gets the down air, but an air dodge from Luis. The buffer is going to be able to get him out of that. Landing with a nair, but a nair from BassMage himself. Can he find the two frame? No, he doesn't. Just grabs the ledge. But still, Luis is not out of the money, out of the woods yet, as he gets thrown off stage one more time. Gets the nair to send off stage. Now, Luis has a little bit of control here, but just the absolute pressure that you get put under when BassMage is edge guarding Palutena, it's so difficult to snap yourself back out of that disadvantage. You're in disadvantage. You're struggling to live, but Luis...
The up air.
Reversal, finally.
Beautiful call out there. BassMage just kept the pressure on and on and on and just been firing at him, not wanting to let it go, finding the back air there. But Louis Money with that acknowledgement, look, he is fiending for this stock. He is thirsting for it. Let me go ahead, drop down, pop up with the up air. Still, BassMage is going to drop right down with that Angel platform invincibility. We've seen it time and time again today, where these players just utilize that invulnerability to just pop right down, get that stock, kill him. Let's move on to game 3.
There we go. Is Luis going to play environmental noises? That's a joke, right? Oh, I think he was making a joke that this is putting him to sleep.
Yeah.
He like the music, he was putting him to sleep, but switching to a more conventional song. And all right, Luis, is he going to go Palutena or is he going to go Fox? Let's see, what is he going to go? I think the Fox also has some viability, but yeah, we're going to go Palutena here. BassMage has experience in both of those matchups, and it is the same thing in both matchups. They have strength. They do beat Jigglypuff, but Jigglypuff's edge guarding flowcharts on them are so good. BassMage literally has a metafy where he teaches you how to flowchart edgeguard Fox. So it's scary. Like, what are you gonna do here?
It's
really?
that experience against Felix. You know, you're so
crazy.
used to playing this other Fox, and so I think that is the idea where Louis Money, he's kind of pinned into this corner where like, okay, do I stick with Apollo, where I've seen BassMage do it against another like top 15, top 10 contender in the form of Chag, or do I switch with the Fox, who once again BassMage has a lot of that experience with against Felix. Dude, but Louis Money?
Just run up and up smash. It works every time, as Mars would say. But very bad spot now on the platform extension, but not able to get an edge guard off of it now. Has to teleport back to the ledge. Once you have to commit to teleporting, it's scary, and tries to go for the immediate teleport. I like that to utilize the double jump there. You need to save the double jump. It's okay to get hit off again because BassMage needs to refresh his jumps to contest you off stage. That's when you take the hit, save the double jump, get back to the stage. That's the mix-up that Louis Money is employing already that I see is super important.
Yeah, no, BassMage is just keeping all that aggression in, and as you said, it is very important to reserve your options. In that sort of situation...
Resource management.
Exactly. If you get hit and you use the double jump instead of the teleport, then all of a sudden, you're down that option, and the flowchart, instead of being 3 different possible scenarios, it whittles down to 2, maybe 1, and BassMage can start guaranteeing stocks at way earlier percentages and a lot more consistently. And so you have to be willing to just manage all your resources properly, not get nervous, hold on to as many as you can for as long as possible. That way you can risk it.
That's massive for Luis as he gets it down there into the up air. That perfect pop-up is huge because now he has that wiggle room. He has an extra stock where BassMage can go for the 0-to-death, go for those mix-ups on those edge guards, but sometimes you just need that extra stock to have a cushion. Now you can feel a little bit more comfortable, but you do not want to fall asleep on the Jigglypuff because then she might just fall asleep
literally,
on you. Yeah.
She might just sing you, all of a sudden you're asleep, and she finna take a nap right back and pop you out like, it's 30, 40. And as, of course, small battlefield, you got a little bit nicer stage. You got like the quick setups into another sing on those plats, and all of a sudden, a lot earlier confirms.
46% up air rest starts to kill down air up till we'll start to kill even earlier with a platform extension and maybe at like 30, I would say like 38%. You're scared if you're Luis. Even though you're at low percent versus Jigglypuff, this is actually where Jigglypuff will thrive because she has better combos into rest, also combos into throw. Jab, jab, forward air, jab, jab, forward air, forward throw, nair, grab, forward air, grab.
That bait? Dude, that was gorgeous. Louis Money pops the down air. And so BassMage, what's he thinking? Oh, here comes the up air. Louis Money jumps off the plat. Yep. Let me bait you. Fast fall, double jump. I'm catching you. No, you ain't running from me. I know what you think I'm doing. I'm the better player right now. Get got, brother.
2-1.
That was nasty with it, dude.
I am honestly insanely impressed in Luis's counterplay of BassMage. Like, I know he's seated higher, but the ability that BassMage has to dismantle Palutenas is so prevalent against all the other Palutenas, but that's what I love about the Palutenas.
We've had argument that Chag might be a better Palu than Luis. But here we are. You know, BassMage, what, 4-1, 3-1 on Chag? Right now, Louis Money up 2-1 and looking immaculate with it, too. That last game wasn't a question who won it.
Very clean for Luis as we go to the, I think it was Battlefield counter pick. Might be a question mark for some players, but the reason that BassMage I think is going to this stage is because he's really struggling on that landing. He died 2 times to the up air off the top. So with the Battlefield, it's not going to necessarily help him in advantage state, but it will help him land. As a floatier character versus a character with the bread basket that Palutena has with that up air, it's going to be really important for you to have more options to land. I like the counter pick.
Yeah, I think especially because, as you mentioned, a lot of these jumps, after you've used that third jump, all of a sudden, you're way slower. You're going to get caught. There's nothing you can do. And so having that plat to go ahead, let me get my 2, like, more important jumps back real quick. And now I have a little more ability.
Exactly. That's what I couldn't say it better myself. The important jumps. The first 3 jumps of every Jigglypuff has the most air drift and the most height. You need those jumps as your mix-ups because once you start going into the higher jump counts, you start really suffering, and that's what you're seeing Luis punishing. Like 1, 2, 3, respects the jumps, waits, then starts up air, then starts swinging. It's just a masterful understanding from Luis. Now BassMage, what BassMage needs to do, he needs to play towards his win condition. But the thing is that Luis is putting up such a strong wall that this platform is going to be super helpful in his way to get in on him, to get those forward throws, get those down throws, get those edge guards.
Yeah, no, I will say one of the scary things when it comes to this stage pick, because of course this gives a lot of benefit to Jigglypuff, but the one worry then becomes the ladder combos, because of course, as we mentioned, that up air has been putting in work. So maybe, you know, dragging him up to that next plat, using it to reset and get all the way to the third one, get a lot of damage potential out there. The nice thing is, though, it also has a higher blast zone on that ceiling, so you're going to be living a little bit later. We'll see how that comes into play a little bit later on, but right now, this is looking so much better than that last game. Right out of the gate, Louis Money had ran away with it in Game 3, and now Game 4, it is not only even, but now BassMage is up a stock, and this is where it gets so scary because you're sitting at 0% against Jigglypuff, and it's one of those characters, like, we see a lot of them now. Kazuya, Luigi, Pika, where like, look, if I touch you, you could just die. You could just die from 0 to 50.
And Luis having to respect that down air on shield as well, but that nair is going to send BassMage in a bad spot, trying to recover now and get back to the stage. But with the platforms, Luis has to make a hard commitment to guess where BassMage is landing. It's so much more difficult. You can count my jumps, but since I have so much air drift and the ability to land on either platform, go through the platform, land on the stage, or grab the ledge, it's really difficult for Luis to pinpoint that, and that's going to be something that BassMage is going to rely on. Goes for the up tilt extension. As I was saying, it's important that BassMage utilizes these platforms, positioning it so that Luis has to commit to a grounded option to contest him, so that now he can get those air-to-airs into those grabs, into those edge guards.
Louis Money is starting to fire it up, and I think the big thing is just understanding the space in which he needs to be in. And understanding that, look, Pikachu, or sorry, not Pika, Jigglypuff, she doesn't have like a huge range. Like the big kind of option for range is either back air or pound. And so I have my own back air that has this invulnerability that I can go ahead and I can pop to just threaten it. And now it's going to be a lot harder for BassMage to get in. And Louis Money is just doing a much better job utilizing back air fair to just wall out BassMage and make it a little bit more threatening for them to get in.
Big forward throw, but a very good mix-up from Luis to go horizontally, bait BassMage
the dash dance
to something, and then gets an edge guard. Yeah, BassMage just trying to keep his hands warm, keep himself in the game. BassMage is playing Jigglypuff is a lot of mental game because you're gonna take a lot of hits in neutral. You're not gonna get what you want all the time, but you need to understand that you have to trust yourself when you do get the hit, and understand that you will get the hit at the end of the day. That back air, that hit that he needs, but not enough to kill. Now has to go for a 2-frame, doesn't find the back air there, but Luis now sending in a stage spike situation, pound, jump, that's going to hit the air dodge. The air dodge would most likely have worked if he faced the stage, but since he pounded in the opposite direction, he didn't have as large of a grab box there to grab the ledge, but able to get the back air there now. An even game on this battlefield. Game number 4, that's a pound from the ledge, but no true combos at 0% off a pound. Going to be now in that percent range where you're going to get edge guarded. Goes for the down angle forward tilt to try to get something started, but Luis able to get away with that teleport.
Yeah, no, BassMage.
Don't roll in.
Yeah, don't roll in. Don't roll in at this point. You're going to get rested. Hey, you never roll in against a Jigglypuff.
Nope.
If there's one thing
don't give it to him.
If there's one thing you should know, I mean, 20 years of like melee into like now ultimate, it's the same thing. Never roll in.
Yeah.
You will die.
You need to, yeah.
That is one of the things that we've kind of seen some players struggle with, where like not even necessarily against Jigglypuff, but against like Gluto's Wario or like MK Leo's Byleth, these characters that don't have a lot of speed. Yeah, that's gone. That's gone. Yo, the hard DI with the body in. Let me lean in. It looked like he was hitting him with the whip.
And there you go, Luis taking it 3-1 over BassMage in what I would like to say is a masterful understanding of the Jigglypuff matchup on the side of Palutena.